Well, it is Thanksgiving knocking at our door. This year, what I've been doing is each week I've been making something so you can follow along. You'll always be able to get the recipes within a day or two after the show on mysuncoast.com, and you click on recipes. Remember, I did that pumpkin chocolate bundt cake. Coming up, we have a sausage cornbread stuffing stuffed in apples. But today we're talking about our first turkey that we're going to cook. I have a 5-pound bone-in all-natural turkey breast that I picked up at the fresh market. Now what I'm going to do today is I'm going to marinate it. I'm not going to do the traditional brine, but I'm going to marinate it with some great ingredients you're going to love. So stay with me throughout the hour as I bring you a little twist with the sesame soy marinated turkey breast. This is a great idea if you have 4 to 6 people. You don't want to have to deal with the entire bird. Or if there is somebody in your family that really likes the legs, you can buy 2 legs separately and roast them separately, which is going to keep your white meat very moist, because usually the white meat does finish up cooking before the dark meat. So let's get started on our marinade. I have 4 to 5 cloves of garlic. I'm going to add about a half a cup dry wine. Make sure it's a dry white, okay? If you're not sure when you're shopping, you can always ask somebody. Never a cooking wine, always something that you would drink out of a glass as well. Now we're going to add about 3 tablespoons of fresh orange juice and 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. Let me just get that seed there, and that goes into the marinade. There we go. Now here's our surprise. Soy sauce. We're going to do about 1/3 of a cup, and pure toasted sesame oil. I love the Asian flavors. This is such a good recipe, and you can add a little ginger, but I find that ginger might be a bit too much for Thanksgiving. If you're doing this for another time of the year, that's perfect. So let's look at this bird. I've got it upside down. I'm going to show you in the next segment how we're going to season it. What you can do is before it goes into the marinade for about 4 hours, you can put it in the refrigerator just with some poultry seasoning, salt and pepper, and I love this Florida Sunshine. It's a grinder built right in. It has lots of great flavors, a little bit of zest of orange in it. So that goes into the refrigerator for a few hours, pat it dry. Then we have the marinade. So what we're going to do is, just to kick it up a teeny bit, we're going to add a pinch of crushed red pepper, always away from the bowl so you don't dump too much in. But I'd say about a half a teaspoon is going to do it. I still like to use a brining bag. Now remember, with brining bags, you only use them once and then you throw them out. You can't just rinse them out and do that. So when you're ready for our turkey, you're going to basically take it and put it in the brining bag, and then it's going to go in the bottom of your refrigerator. I always put a plate underneath. Turn it once or twice while it's marinating, and it is going to go in your refrigerator for about 24 hours. So when I come back, I'll take the bird out and we'll get it ready to roast, and it is going to be so juicy and moist, you're going to love it. I think you're really going to like it, Scott. It's got a lot of flavor, and boy, is this going to be good for the leftovers. We can make a stir fry. So we're going to take the marinated turkey breast that we've put in marinate for about 24 hours. We dry seasoned, let it sit in the refrigerator uncovered, then it went in with the marinade in the bag. Now, even with a turkey breast, I always roast it for the first half an hour upside down. The reason being is all that juice goes down into the breast meat, and that's what we want. I'm going to take some leftover lemon that we had, some orange, a piece of apple, and I'm still tucking it all in here, just like I would with a regular roasted turkey. You don't want to pack it too tight. We can always put some around the bottom as well, because then we can chop that up and that can go in for soup the next day, which I really love as well. So we've got that going on. That's all set. Now what we want to do is, I'm going to take these gloves off, and then we're going to season it a little bit more. Now it sat in that dry seasoning, the Florida Sunshine, which I love this. This is a great gift if you want over at the spice and tea store. And then a fair amount of black pepper. In a brine, we use a lot of salt, but in a marinade, you'll notice that we have the soy sauce, which in itself adds a lot of salt. So maybe just a pinch, okay, for this particular baby. There we go. And then just to top it off, I love poultry seasoning, so we're gonna do some poultry seasoning. We're gonna roast this for a half an hour at 350 degrees. Then we're gonna put on our gloves and get big oven mitts, and we're gonna turn it back over, okay? So then it will give you that beautiful juicy side. If you walk over with me right here, you can see that I have one that's already done. Now the key to garnishing is just to keep it simple. I'm gonna cut a pomegranate in half. I'm using kale. I finally learned, instead of wasting curly leaf lettuce, if I use kale on a cooked turkey, that can all get chopped into the soup. So a simple decoration will do it, and then we are ready to have this moist and juicy bird. You're just gonna love it. Stay with me and I'll give Scalzi a taste.
All right, congratulations go out to Judy Gallagher. My first turkey of the season.
Boom! There you go. So we did that soy and ginger and wine. And one thing I didn't mention in the other segment is you take the marinade and you put it in a pot, bring it to a boil and simmer it till it just gets really reduced by over half. And while the turkey's in the oven, you baste it. Once you turn it back over the right side, you just baste it. It makes it really moist, a little pop of flavor, right? All right, I think I better tell them about the website. You keep eating.
All right, that's fair enough.
You can log on to mysuncoast.com, click on recipes, and we should have the recipe up within 24 hours, and look for all those Thanksgiving ideas, because I'll be here for you straight through the holidays with lots of pairings to go.
Delicious. Is that a little
Thank
gravy
you.
in there?
Yeah,
You don't mind, do you? Just pop into there?
I insist.
Scott?